As expected, Budget 2019 is a spending plan aimed at boosting support with groups crucial to the Liberal re-election bid this fall. It includes measures for students, millennials, workers, and seniors. In all, Budget 2019 proposes new spending of $26.7 billion over the next 5 years.
We were really clear from day one. We believe that making investments in the middle class, it's the way to go. It's the way to actually improve outcomes for individuals, for families, for our country. What's clear is that our approach has worked. We've put in place investments that allow families to have more money in their pockets, and they've put that money back into the economy, and our economy's done well.
The budget proposes a first-time home buyer's incentive for households with incomes under $120,000 a year. It would allow millennials and other first-time home buyers with the minimum down payment to apply for a shared equity mortgage with the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. That would reduce the overall size of the mortgage and lower monthly payments. It's estimated that 100,000 first-time home buyers would benefit from the new incentive over the next 3 years.
It's quite special to see the government offering free money, basically. And so you can pay the capital later on. I've never seen this before.
The budget also proposes allowing first-time home buyers to withdraw up to $35,000 from their retirement savings plans. That's an increase of $10,000 to buy that first home. The budget also extends the measure to those buying homes after the breakdown of a marriage or common law relationship. The budget also adds another $10 billion over 9 years to help finance the construction of new rental housing across Canada. The government has talked a lot about the need to improve skills, and this budget creates the Canada Training Benefit at a cost of $1.7 billion over 5 years and $600 million every year after that. It would allow workers between the ages of 25 and 64 to accumulate non-taxable tax credits of $250 a year, up to $5,000 over a lifetime. The money would be used to refund up to half the costs of any training programs. And starting in late 2020, workers who leave their jobs for training could be eligible for up to 4 weeks of EI benefits to cover their lost wages. The government says it will consult with the provinces and territories to ensure that workers who leave their jobs for training have a job to come back to.
I think it really hits a high mark because for too long we've been treating training as a cyclical issue. Wait till you become unemployed, and then we'll figure out how we're going to help you get back into the job market. This way, at least you provide people to make some decisions for themselves.
And in an effort to encourage greater participation in the digital economy, there's a promise to deliver high-speed internet to 95% of Canadian homes and businesses by 2030, with investments of up to $6 billion. And for those trying to prepare for the job market, the budget proposes to lower the interest rates on student loans and making the first 6-month payback period after the borrower leaves school interest-free. There's support for seniors, too, including measures to allow low-income seniors to keep more of the money they earn before some of their benefits are clawed back. The government is also planning to proactively enroll seniors over 70 who have not applied yet for their retirement pensions. And the budget also proposes new measures to protect pensions when companies go bankrupt, including powers for the courts to review big payouts to company executives. Anyone waiting for a full national pharmacare plan will be disappointed. Instead, the budget confirms plans to create a Canadian drug agency to negotiate lower prescription drug prices and save up to $3 billion a year. It would also create a national formulary for prescribed drugs and a national strategy for high-cost drug treatments.
But it is a start, so our message to Canada is keep it up. Let's make sure that the implementation piece of this, the need for this to be universal, does not fall by the wayside.
The budget also proposes an additional $4.7 billion over the next 5 years for Indigenous services, including clean water and child health and welfare. Also of note, the budget proposes spending more than $1 billion over the next 3 years to deal with the increased flow of asylum seekers at the Canadian border. And there's a one-time $2.2 billion top-up of the federal gas tax fund this year to help municipalities pay for urgent infrastructure repairs. As for the key numbers, the deficit for this year was nearly $6 billion less than predicted because of additional tax and tariff revenues, but almost all of that extra money is being spent by the finance minister. As for balanced budgets, don't look for those anytime soon.
Canadians look at the budget and they say, "I'm happy with what I'm getting. I'm happy with these, these additional spendings or tax reductions." Then I guess the government will make the case that it is responsible. We're not going broke. We're still fiscally sustainable.
The budget forecasts deficits for the next 5 years ranging from $14.9 billion this year, rising to $19.8 billion next year, $19.7 billion the year after that, before dropping to just under $15 billion, then $12 billion, down to $9.8 billion by 2024. But during that whole period, the debt to GDP ratio declines, which is why the government says it has room to spend.